And we're going to do individual reviews of these movies on the website, which is, of course, zombiesdon'trun.wordpress.com. We got the free website nowadays because, after a while, it kind of didn't really make sense to have the paid stuff when everybody just watches stuff on YouTube now anyway, more or less. But if you do want to read the reviews, they're going to be up there. These are all 4K discs that came from Movie which is the company where a lot of the big companies go and dump their back titles. Except for this one, I think this one's actually getting a major release from Warner Brothers, but it was somewhat on the web. It was on the website too for some reason. But one thing I will go ahead and tell you: don't worry about them being like, back title, whatever. They're 100% real discs. They're not at all BDRs like some of the stuff that Movie releases from the independent places. So rest assured, if you order these, you will get them in their full manufactured glory. And let's just go ahead and show you. I think I got these by the company here. These first two are Universal. This is, that's Warner Bros. Putting this out earlier. If I did, I meant Universal. But it's Promising Young Woman. Probably the best of the lot I got here. It's a newer film. This woman here basically pretends that she's drunk at the bar, has guys take her back to her place, tries to, have their way with her pretty much, and then she kills them. So it's that's a pretty cool image. I feel like this cover is a cover that doesn't do this movie justice. So it definitely needs a better deal than that. But you get the Blu-ray, the 4K, and the digital code on this one. Um, extras wise, you get all that cool stuff there. I don't know why my thing seems kind of weird for some reason. We're trying to read that stuff here lately, but good movie. Kind of funny in some parts. All-star cast. Kind of, ends up maybe a way you don't expect in some regards. So that's definitely a solid movie for me. That one's probably the best of the lot, like I said. So check that one out. Haven't watched this one yet. It's a Blu-ray, 4K, and the digital code Elizabeth. It's like one of them epic type films talking about Queen Elizabeth. One of those all-star cast, great actors type thing. Has the making of, has a feature commentary, and has a featurette. So that's what you get with that one. Again, as you can see, 4K and Blu-ray. Also, digital code, I already used that. It was redeemable. Like I said, these are two Universal titles. This title is from Paramount. Kiss the Girls, Ashley Judd, and, oh God, I can't believe I forgot his name. How do you forget this band's name? It is, you're probably screaming it at me right now as I'm looking at the back of the box. Morgan Freeman. There we go. Very 7-ish style here. There's a serial killer named Casanova. He kisses all the girls or whatever. He's a ladies' man. He starts to kill a bunch of women. Just so happens he targets old boy's niece. And as he's on the case trying to solve that, he has to get help from Ashley Judd, who is the one person who got away from Casanova. So it's a solid movie. It's a fun movie in some regard. I mean, there's some thrills there is what I mean. There is your 4K disc of that. A 3.5 for me on that one. Maybe 3. I give it 3. I might go 3.5 more on Promising Young Woman, so I'll give it 3. But not as good as 7. But what is? But if you like those type of little darker on the case type movies, that one's for you. If you want something completely wacky, it's from Lionsgate. It's Nicolas Cage with Primal. He's a hunter. He kind of like has a tiger he's really fond of, but there's this bad guy that gets loose in his place, and it turns out all the wildlife. So they're on the hunt for him, and they got to fight all the animals, which basically gives you Nicolas Cage going full Nicolas Cage these days. So it does look good. I guess it's a popcorn movie if you want it to be. It's a 2 out of 5 for me, not one necessarily that I would go to a lot. So it's got a digital code. It's got a making of Primal with it, and it's got the 4K disc. Like I said, these are all from Movie Zyng. You can Google that, and you can find this and more for sale there. Or you can just probably order them directly from Amazon. I'm sure they're on there. But it's good to see Lionsgate and everybody going through them to put out stuff that maybe otherwise wouldn't get 4K releases. Also from Lionsgate, it's the old 2009 Gerard Butler Gamer. Basically, prisoners are sent to kind of be the avatar for people in these games, and if they survive, I think like 30 games, they're released free from their death sentence, and nobody ever survives. But of course, Gerard Butler's going to give it his best chance with the kid that's controlling him. It's fun. It's wacky. It's 2009. It's probably better than you remember. Another 3 out of 5 from me. A lot of action, some violence. Everybody loves violence, and a nice cast from Ludacris all the way down to the dude from Dexter. It's got Inside the Game, Controlling Gamer, which is a documentary first person shooter, the evolution of Red featurette, and a bunch of other like little things there if you want to spend some time with it. But like I said, Gamer is one of the movies that came out back in the day, and you probably forgot about it, which I know I'd forgot about it. But then the 4K come out, and I'm like, yeah, let's go back and watch that. Which, as far as I can tell, none of the stuff looks bad. None of the stuff looks bad. This was one from another one from Paramount that I may be hit or miss. You'll know if you like Jack Ryan movies. This is Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, season 3. Dived into it a little bit, and while I do think the movies are good, there's like a lot of movies that came out back in the day over this. The show is it's okay. It's your average weeknight, network television sitcom to me, but it's not bad. But it just probably isn't my thing. It's just like the complete season 3. Maybe I should have watched some of the other seasons beforehand. Maybe some of the other seasons are better. I can't think of dude's name there, but he's like the star here, and he's like a star in real life, I suppose. You get like deleted scenes featured in that. No digital code for this one. I think it's like the only one that don't have digital code, but you get 2 discs of stuff on 4K. So yeah, like I said, all of these available through Movies On, which releases all this stuff, back catalog titles for big companies and titles for little companies that are on BDR. These are actually pressed, like I said. So if you get the name brand, or the new ones I think there's some older Blu-rays from Sony or stuff that might have been BDR, but the stuff nowadays is pressed if you want the big studio stuff. So it's out now, and you can check them out.